So this is what I want to talk to you, all of you, about varicose veins, varicosities, and homeopathy. There is so much of kind of scope in homeopathy and varicose vein disorder. See, very often when you look at a varicose vein, you need to understand which stage the patient lies into. Hmm? Before we go into varicose veins and homeopathy, we first need to understand what is varicose veins. They are basically enlarged vessels of the veins. Why does this happen? There can be many reasons: abnormal blood flow, deformed valves, many reasons, dilated veins. And there are different stages. In the initial stage, there is only varicosity. Later on, there can be leg edema, there can be ulcers, etc., etc. And there are different types of varicose vein: saphenous, reticular. There is like a spider vein kind of a thing as well. Somehow, all these, there are many risk factors. Obesity and sitting and standing for long periods of time are one of the most important causes. Family history is also very often seen. Typically, the risk of varicose vein can increase with age. Certain hormones in the women makes them more, or there is a more tendency of them to kind of have varicose vein. Especially, there are certain hormonal replacement therapy, birth control pills that can cause this more often. There are so many complications of varicose veins also, like blood clot, thrombophlebitis, ulcers, so many. You have to diagnose this with proper Doppler test, physical examination, and some certain blood test. But homeopathy, like we saw this case, a young boy, 22-year-old boy, I told you, who had like a huge varicosity, like lump of veins on the calves, on the thighs. We tried to understand his deeper patterns of the theme of, where he felt very insecure. He felt very incomplete without his mother. There was a death of a mother, there was an injury that affected him a lot. And this kind of state is like a propensity for him to develop this kind of pathology. So we chose a homeopathic remedy, understanding his entire deeper patterns, and we are able to stop the progress of the disease. This is the main thing. With help of homeopathy, even difficult, complicated, incurable cases, first of all, we can stop the progress of the disease. And then we can very nicely try to regress whatever the diseases are there. And very nicely, in some cases, we can nicely reduce the suffering. As a great homeopath once said, that homeopathy in any type of pathology can reduce the suffering of the symptoms. So I would suggest to all my dear students, doctors who are watching this, and also patients who are watching this, that choose homeopathy, especially in the first stage, second stage. Use homeopathy. Do some certain lifestyle changes that you can do, and we can really help many varicose veins patients with help of homeopathy.